What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nehemiah, aka Neo, and today we're gonna be talking about the Golden State Warriors. I already uploaded a video earlier today, but that was mostly because I wanted to get a video out because I wasn't sure if I was gonna make one because I just got back home. But yeah, I talked about this situation a little bit earlier, but that was just me waking up to the news. I didn't actually expect to see the news and to see the video, honestly. And now looking at the video, there's definitely a lot that we could talk about now. Shout out my boy NBA Central on Twitter. He's carrying a lot of this stuff, but essentially, what we're gonna see here is just how things just went down. Draymond Green's just kind of. I don't really know what he's thinking, but it obviously isn't good because of what happens next. Also, fuck the watermark, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but both these guys are pretty sure from Michigan around there. Well, Jordan Poole's from Milwaukee, but we don't care. So, like, literally, Poole just pushes him away. At that point, he's just not really thinking about what's happening. Then this nigga just go super punch him. Why he Superman punch him? And first off, there's a lot I want to talk about with this video. But the first thing is, once Draymond Green starts to approach a Poole, everyone should just look at their way and separate them. Because there's no reason why this happens. And not only that, he gets this close, right? Dude pushes him off, right? At this point, there's no reason why you should have reprimanded one of these guys, specifically Draymond Green, for actually approaching him. The fact that they were this late and only did this at this point is fucking disgusting. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And I understand I'm using very strong, suggestive language, but at this point, you have to be better as an organization to be ready to protect your players, and not only that, but your brand. Because right now we live in an age where this shit can get leaked. This video can get leaked to anyone at this point. And shout out to my boy Philip Lewis. He's also a really good guy with all the news about pretty much everything. But again, this shit will get leaked at this point because we're just in the age of electronics and where everyone's just carrying a camera with that around them, even if it's not just a DSLR. If it's just your phone camera, that's just it. But first off, we got to talk about the fact that this video actually got leaked. Now, I actually want to pull up a tweet by Nikias Duncan, and I want to talk about this a little bit. I'm going to talk about this before we actually get into how this impacts the Warriors, Jordan Poole, and Draymond Green. But, hold on. So, as we can see with some of these tweets, he's very upset that the video being leaked is one of the big concerns. And honestly, I would say that I kind of understand where he's coming from. The first takeaway, or at least the main takeaway for a lot of people, is that dude got to get fired. And honestly, I don't necessarily agree that if you watch the video that should be your main takeaway. But I think that once the news kind of broke out in general of how the video got leaked to TMZ, I think that's definitely a 100% valid concern, because there's no reason why we should have been able to watch that video. There's no reason why that video was able to be seen by bros in their living room. That makes no sense. Not only that, but for the news itself to get leaked to Shams and Woj that fast, and this not be a private matter, just being a private meeting, is definitely one of the biggest concerns for our NBA organization. And I think that that's probably really bad look for Warriors, because why is this stuff being addressed in any type of public? That being said, I will say, once we did watch the video and once we kind of collect our knowledge about what happened in that video, I think that's when you could get to the point where some of this stuff should not, or well, let me not say that, but some of this stuff needs to be addressed more so than the video actually leaking itself. We already knew that Draymond Green and Jordan Poole had a physical altercation. We just didn't know to what extent. Now that we've actually seen it, I think that that's probably the biggest talking point. And I just want to talk about a little bit about the Warriors and some of the stuff that we've been seeing. So yeah, let me just pull up some other tweets. Now, I'm not sure what article this is from. Let me check if it's in the comments. I really need to see the actual article this is from, but the fact that they're saying stuff like this in this last section is very damning. Like, the way that they're talking about Poole is very nasty. I understand. Also, this paragraph is definitely another thing where that we could talk about how like Draymond Green just like should have just punched him with a lot of anger, a lot of venom, as it said. It's very nasty. But going back to the Jordan Poole stuff, and I don't know how this type of thing is just coming up. Like I understand that Tyler Hero apparently got this max contract. Well, not max, but it was like a $30 million contract for 4 years, and apparently that made Jordan Poole act a little different. Steve Kerr has said that that's not the case, but honestly, the more I'm thinking about it, the more it probably is the case. But even then, that's still not enough reason to like straight up punch him. Like I don't get it. Let me just check one more thing before we get into this. Also, I don't like this last sentence. I don't know who the hell wrote this, but this last sentence is not it. All right, I think that this is kind of where we're probably just gonna wrap things up. But more so, I just want to talk about essentially everything that's happened thus far. I don't really need to actually look up this article. We're just gonna probably look at the screen for a while, and yeah. But my thing is with this whole situation is that one of these two have to leave this team at this point. I think that when we see the amount of animosity that happened between both of these guys, at least on Draymond Green's side, and probably what's going to be lasting on Jordan Poole's side, it's just very disheartening. And it definitely just seems like these guys are in a rough patch. These guys probably won't be able to fix this, at least when they're on the same team. And it's definitely troublesome to see if you're a Warrior fan. Not even just as someone who wants to win the championship, but it's generally just disheartening to see two of your favorite players on your team just go at it, and especially someone like Draymond Green, who's honestly 32 years old. In fact, I think he's a little older than that. Let me just check again. Draymond Green. So looking at, yeah, he's 32 years old. Like he's going to be 33 in March. Like he just has to be a little bit better than this. Jordan Poole is 23. There's nothing that a 23-year-old could do that could legitimately make this guy upset. I don't get it, especially with someone who's known to have a hot head. Like this may just put a little question mark on Draymond Green's future in the NBA. I don't know. But talking about this as the Warriors situation, how this is probably going to affect their team outside of just Jordan Poole and Draymond Green, I don't think that the Draymond Green is going to get the max contract from this team anymore. I know that they were probably talking about it earlier on in the season, but now it's just looking like he threw out everything he wanted with that, honestly. And honestly, if this escalated even more than just the punch, he would probably get thrown out of the team today. Not today, yesterday, honestly. And it's not really a good look for Draymond Green. And secondly, the fact that no one on the Warriors was even paying attention to Jordan Poole is definitely another really big question mark. And I think that that's definitely something that we're going to see later on in the future. So we really want to watch how Jordan Poole does move in the next couple of months. I don't know if he's going to stay on this team. And honestly, if they are going to get rid of one or the other, they're probably going to get rid of Jordan Poole. And I don't really want to see that, honestly. I think it's really bad for a guy like Jordan Poole just to get ditched like this because it's really not great. That being said, I know that this guy is saying stuff like, oh, could the Warriors win without Draymond Green? And my obvious answer to that is no. They don't get the defense from Draymond Green anymore, and they probably drop way below. Let me just pull up something from Basketball Reference and just show you why I don't think that the Warriors would trade away a guy like Draymond Green, at least from just this altercation. If this is something that's ongoing, then they would have to, honestly. Not just because of them wanting Jordan Poole, but more so because they just want to see what happens. Or they just want to have a safe locker room space. All right, so let me pull up the Golden State Warriors from this time too. So right now we're looking at the first or Golden State against Memphis. Where is that? That's around here, actually. So from here, and let me just look at the game we came back. All right, and then they won against Milwaukee, so that's the March. All right, so from here to here is when Draymond Green was injured. Like this whole span of time, Draymond Green was injured from here to here, and like as you can kind of see, they just started to fall off a little bit. Yeah, they did have a really good winning streak over a year, but I think that from here to here, they just didn't really look as good as they used to be, and that's just a really big concern for me, at least. And some of these teams just weren't really that really impressive. Houston, Utah. Though this game was really good. I'm not gonna lie, that game was really good. Dallas is kind of cool. Minnesota is also a decent one. I think Kevin Durant was actually out this game. I'm like 90% sure Kevin Durant was rather. Actually, no, I'm not sure. Let me not say that. But like, you guys get the point. I don't know if this team is gonna have the defense to really carry them, especially with a team where they are relying on rookies this year. They're relying on, well, not rookies, but more so younger players. They're relying on Moses Moody, whereas they're relying on Dante DiVincenzo. They're relying on Jordan Poole. Even if he does stay on this team, James Wiseman, Kaminga, like this is not what you really want to see. Like, especially with a guy like Draymond Green just missing for no reason, honestly. And I think that that's pretty much the biggest reason why they're probably going to get rid of Poole, if anything. But yeah, I want to hear what you guys think. Honestly, I think this is just one of the worst situations that happen if you're in the organization, especially if you're a higher up like Steve Kerr. Like you may have to feel some type of way for both of these players after this, and I'm not sure how Draymond Green is going to look after this NBA contract is over for him, because I'm pretty sure his deal expires this year along with Jordan Poole. And once that happens, man, I don't know. I don't know where he's going after this. Okay, no. He expires next year. But the thing is, he has a player option, and I'm not. He's probably actually going to pick up the player option, but if he wasn't going to, like, let's say he declined it like this year already, yeah, nah, he'd be fucking cooked. Like, he would not have an NBA contract. He'd be on some Russell Westbrook type stuff. Like, he would definitely get blackballed out the league, like Miles Bridges. And I'm not sure if you really want that. But yeah, it's been your boy Nehemiah, aka Neo, and I hope you guys are having a great one. Don't be like Draymond Green, by the way.